If you feel like you've been throwing money down the drain trying to run Instagram ads, or if you're just trying to learn how to run Instagram ads in the first place, this video is 100% for you. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through step by step how to set up your Instagram ads, and I'm gonna go over really the right strategies on what ads you should be running depending upon what your overall goals are. Now, this is gonna be a no fluff, no BS tutorial, okay? I have spent millions of dollars running Facebook and Instagram ads, so everything I'm going over in this video is tried, true, and tested. And if you ever have any questions throughout this video, feel free to comment them down below. I try to answer every single comment. Now, first things first, if you've been hitting that boosted post button on Instagram, I really hate to break it to you, okay? Because we family now, okay? You are not running ads.
Oh no.
Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that boosted posts are a complete waste of money and they don't work at all, because they can be a great way to get awareness to your brand. But if you are looking to get sales with running ads, that is definitely not what you want to be doing. What you actually want to be doing is running all of your Instagram ads out of the Facebook ad manager. And I know that sounds kind of crazy because you're like, we're talking about Instagram ads. Why do we need to run ads out of the Facebook ad manager? But trust me, everything is housed under the Facebook ad manager, and I'm going to take you over there right now. Okay, so as you can see here, we are now in the Facebook ad manager. Now, there are multiple ways to get here. The easiest way to get here is admanager.facebook.com, okay? Start there. It's gonna ask you to log in. Now, if you haven't created a business manager, they're gonna ask you to create a business manager. And if you haven't created a business Facebook page, they're gonna make you do that. There's a lot of steps to get here. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would take way too long to walk you through that, so I do apologize. But once you log in, okay, you are gonna get to this page. Now, if you've never ran ads before, this looks like a lot. I'm not gonna even lie to you. You're looking at this like, what the heck does bid strategy, budget, attribution, words you probably never seen before? But I got you. I'm gonna try to break this down as simplistically as possible. Okay, now when you're looking at this, the three things that you wanna pay attention to is campaign, ad sets, and ads. And I'm gonna break it down for you right now. So the campaign level, which is the first level when building a campaign, just allows you to set your objective. Okay. Now, Facebook has a lot of different objectives. There's sales if you're trying to make money. They have a lead objective if you're trying to get leads into your business. They have like brand awareness if you just want to get eyeballs on your product or service. They have a lot of objectives. And honestly, this is one of the most important things, when setting up your campaign, that you pick correctly. Because if you pick the wrong objective and you're trying to do X and you pick Y, you feel me? You're gonna mess up your campaign, okay? And then at the ad set level, that is where you do all your targeting. So that's where you tell Facebook, hey, I want you to show my ads to these people, right? You can select the age range you want to show ads to. You can select the country. You can even select based on people's interest, right? So that's where you do all your targeting. And then last is the actual ad level. This is where you actually just show your content. This is where you upload your content and all of that. And so these are the three levels of building a campaign. Now I'm gonna walk you through actually setting up your first Instagram ad, and it's super easy and simplistic, okay? I'm gonna walk you through that right now. So the first thing you wanna do is select create, all right? And like I said before, you're gonna see all these campaign objectives, okay? And the campaign objective that you wanna select if you're trying to make sales is the sales campaign, okay? I see so many people select things like traffic or brand awareness when they're really trying to make money, okay? And so you definitely want to always select the sales campaign if you're looking to get sales from your Instagram ads, okay? So you're gonna wanna select sales, and then boom, it's gonna take you to another screen. Now, it's gonna ask you, do you wanna set up advantage shopping campaigns? That's a little bit more of an advanced strategy. What you're gonna wanna do is just select manual sales campaign. If you want me to go over that in another video, I can, but for the sake of time, again, you wanna select manual sales, okay? After you select manual sales, it's gonna give you this page, and there's a lot going on here, but I'm gonna break it down. So for campaign name, this is where you decide what you wanna name this campaign. Now, what I like to do is just put in the actual objective name. So if I'm running a sales campaign, I normally write sales and then whatever brand I'm running ads for, and then whatever product I'm running ads for, okay? But you can name your campaign whatever you want. You just want to make sure you do it so you understand what campaign is what. You know, as you can imagine, when you're running 5, 10 campaigns, you need to be very organized. So whatever works for your brand and business, do that, okay? Next, you're gonna see special ad categories. Now, more than likely, you aren't running any ads in this category, but if you are trying to run ads for credit or employment or housing, you definitely wanna make sure you select this, because if not, they're not gonna allow you to run your ads and they're just gonna flag you, okay? Next, you have your buying type. It's always auction, that's just the default. Then you've already selected sales, and then they're gonna ask you, do you wanna use your catalog? Now, this is, again, more of an advanced strategy. This is for people that have, you know, Shopify stores are a very big brand, and they wanna run based off the catalog that they've uploaded via like Shopify or something like that. But most people, you don't need to worry about this, okay? This is a little bit more advanced as well. Then they're gonna ask you if you wanna run an A/B test. Again, this is a little bit more of an advanced strategy once you've already set up your campaigns and you want to test different things like different content or different like headlines or text, or let's just say you want to test US versus Canada, stuff like that. But since this is your first campaign, you don't need to worry about that. And then they have advantage campaign budget, okay? Now, this used to be called campaign budget optimization. Now, if you want to test different countries or different audiences all within the same campaign, this is what you want to use. But for this tutorial and this strategy, you don't need it, but it is useful, especially if you don't want to waste money on different ad sets that don't really make sense or are profitable, but you still want to test it. This allows you to tell Facebook, hey, listen, I only want to spend money, you know, on good ad sets, and it's gonna allocate the budget for you without you having to do it manually. But again, for this tutorial, you don't really need it, so we're gonna hit next, okay? Okay, now we're at the ad set level. Like I said before, this is where you do all of your targeting, okay? And so what you're gonna wanna do is pick website. Normally this is your default, but this is where you're gonna drive all your traffic, okay? And then next, you're gonna put in your performance goal. Normally, you're always gonna select maximize number of conversions because you want as many sales as possible. And then next, you're gonna select your pixel. Now, if you haven't created your pixel already, you definitely wanna do so. Now, if you're using something like Shopify, it's really easy to actually set up your pixel. They have a Facebook and Instagram app. All you have to do is log in, create a pixel, connect your business manager to Shopify, and boom, you have your pixel. Now, if you're running any other website or you're using like WordPress or something like that, you are probably going to want to look up a tutorial on how to set up your pixel. But I'm telling you, you definitely want to have your pixel set up. If you want me to create a video on just how to set up your pixel, I can do that. But right now in this tutorial, it'll take too long to walk through that process, but you definitely want to make sure that you set up your pixel, because if not, you're going to see terrible performance out of your ads, okay? But once you set up your pixel, you're always going to want to select the purchase event. That's just saying that you're trying to get sales, okay? You want people to make a purchase on your website, and you're going to see cost per result. But again, that's a little bit more of an advanced strategy. I recommend that you leave that blank. After that, you're gonna see your daily budget. Now, I tell people a good budget to test a project is 10 or 20 times the cost of your product, okay? So if you sell a $40 product, then you wanna have at least, $400 to $800 to test that product. But you don't need it all up front, okay? You can run ads at $20 a day or $40 a day or $100 a day, right? As long as you're making your money back, you're good. Now, if you're not making money, you want to make sure that you analyze your performance to see what is going on. Why aren't you being successful? But you definitely want to have, at least 10 times the budget just to test and see, because it does take some time to get your ads working, okay? I'm just gonna leave it at $20, and then you can set your start date. I recommend always starting at 12 a.m. that next following day, so you just have a full day of your ads running. And then budget scheduling, that's a little bit more of an advanced strategy. You don't need to worry about that. And then next you have your location, okay? I always recommend that you start off in the home location of where you live. So for me, I live in the United States, so I always start with the United States. I test that. If that works, and I have a bigger budget, then I'll go to like Canada or Europe or Australia, stuff like that. Really the big five of e-com. But I recommend always starting off with the United States. And then next, you have Advantage Plus Audience. For me and my brand, I just use original audiences. You can test to see if Advantage Plus Audience works best for you. It works differently for different people, but I recommend using original audience and then leaving everything blank, okay? Now, the reason why you wanna leave everything blank is because your actual content is really gonna do all the hard work for you. Facebook algorithm is crazy. It's really, really good. And so you don't need to put in a whole bunch of stuff unless you know like your product is really going after one specific gender. But for the most part, you can leave this totally blank and you're gonna see really, really good results, okay? But, if you do wanna test other things, like if you wanna test specific interests, I do recommend testing it out, but when you're first starting, I recommend just leaving it completely broad, or people call this wide open targeting, and really allowing your content to do the work for you. Next, what you're gonna wanna do is select your placements. Do recommend using automatic placements, which is Advantage Plus placements. This is where Facebook really puts, your dollars to work, and it's gonna select what placements it has. But if you select manual placements, you see all the places where Facebook will run your content. So they'll run your content on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Audience Network. But if you only wanna be on Instagram, right, you can click this off and boom, you're only running ads on Instagram. And so you can see here, you can run it on Instagram feed, Instagram profile feed, Instagram explore page, Instagram home. Like you can do stories, you can do Instagram reels. And so I recommend just keeping it Instagram or doing Advantage Plus placements, because I found that that Advantage Plus placements, it's cheaper even if Facebook allocates all your money to Instagram anyway. It's cheaper than just selecting manual placements and selecting Instagram. I know that may be kind of confusing. I recommend doing Advantage Plus placements because it's always cheaper, even if it skews heavily to Instagram anyway, right? I know for my clothing brand, I do Advantage Plus placements, and most of the time, all the money goes to Instagram to begin with, and it was cheaper than me selecting manual placements, right? And just doing Instagram alone. So that's what I recommend for your targeting. Okay, so now we have reached the ad level. And this is where you actually upload your content to run as ads. Again, same thing. If you want to put in your own naming conventions, whatever you want to name your ad just for your own purposes, do that. Okay. And then next, what you're going to want to do is select your Facebook page and Instagram account that you want the ad to show up on. And then next, this is where you actually upload your content. Now, they have options to run a single image or single video, or you can do like a carousel ad to where you can have a bunch of images. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to upload a single image, because all you have to do is select media, boom, add image, and then you can select stuff from your actual Instagram page. You can select videos from your Instagram page. So let's just say I wanted to run an ad using this image here. Boom, it's going to show you, do you want to do one by one, image? Now, you do want to do a 9:16 image, and let's just say, okay, you use a 1:1 here, but this doesn't look good for stories, right? You can replace it. And let's just say I want to use this image. Even though it's not the same thing, but you get the point, right? You can change it to whatever image you want to, then hit next. Then they have a whole bunch of optimizations, but normally I turn them off and I only use relevant comments. I normally turn off the rest of this stuff because it's really not needed. And then boom. And then next you have your primary text. This is your headline. So you can say 20% off all weekend long. Shop now. And the cool thing about this too is that now that, AI is so popular, Facebook will start to give you different type of text variations that you can use, and if you like it, you can just edit it, right? And so this is really helpful if you struggle to try to figure out what type of headlines you want to make. I also recommend using like Chat GPT. That's really good at creating like really good Instagram ad text copy type of stuff. But this is a skill in and of itself, right? But you don't need to spend too much time overcomplicating it. You just want to make sure if you have a really good offer that you make sure that you put that up front and people can see it, right? But that's where you actually input it there. And then next you have your actual like headline, right? And so it'll show you how it'll look like. So when you type in your headline, it'll show you where this shows up at. So you can type in like shop now or any type of, savings all weekend. You see how it shows you all type of different little text variations you can put there. Super cool and easy. And then if you have any type of description that you want to put in, you can, but it's optional, right? And then you have your call to action. Now, if it's something like e-com or something like that, I always select shop now. But if you're doing, an informational product or something like that, you can always do learn more. But I always use shop now, okay? And then all this stuff you can leave blank. You don't need to add a code or anything like that. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you put in the URL, right, that you want to send people to. And then if you don't have a URL or you have a URL that's really, really long and you don't like how it looks, you can always type in a display URL to show in your ad, okay? And then you always want to make sure that your pixel is active and working, and it'll tell you if your pixel is active and working. This is just a text pixel, but you can see here that this pixel is not live and not working. So you want to make sure that it is live before you launch your campaign. And that is it. Now, I know that may seem a lot for somebody that is new to, Facebook advertising, but trust me, this is the easiest that running ads have become. Honestly, the content that you upload, your ads or your creatives are really going to do the majority of the work for you. So you want to make sure that you're testing different videos, different images, and really figure out what works best for you. And once you start to see some success with the creatives that you're uploading, you want to just make different variations of them. Like I've been running, this simple setup for the past several months and have made hundreds of thousands of dollars running this simple campaign. So if you have any questions, make sure that you comment them down below. And if you're running any type of e-commerce brand, I recommend coupling Instagram ads with a really good email and SMS marketing strategy, and you could really take your business to the next level. Check out this video right here.